All disease starts in the gut. That came from Hippocrates over 2,500 years ago. He also said that food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And we're just catching up now. Hey guys, how you doing? Yes, we're back to the gut. It's the only question I got yesterday, so it's such an important question. So, I mean, we can talk about this for months. There's so much to learn about the gut and disease, sickness, and there's more and more stuff coming out every day as doctors are starting to catch up and jump on the bandwagon, as I mentioned yesterday. So, let's start at the gut. Apologies for not knowing your name. Everybody has these nicknames or whatever on Instagram, so I'm sorry, I don't know what to call you, but thanks for the question. And it was, other than fasting, how do you heal the gut? And this is, again, such a huge topic and so important that it deserves a couple of posts. So let's talk about a few things that are, super, super important and super easy, really. So here's the issue. Everybody in everything looks for a Band-Aid, a quick fix. There is none. You can try all you want, but a lot of you out there probably know who have gut issues, which is a lot of people, that they've tried, all different remedies, all the probiotics and yogurts and all this stuff. And you know what? It might be you might feel better for a while, but here's a problem with probiotics. Everybody's gut is different. Like, we're not all the same. So you can't just take a probiotic that somebody says, oh, that really worked for me, and try it and expect it to work for you, because there are so many different strains of bacteria in the gut, and everybody's gut is all different. So one probiotic is not going to solve the problem. And that's the issue with most people and everything. When it comes to exercise, one program is not for everybody. When it comes to diet, one diet's not for everybody. We're all different. Now, there are basic fundamentals that apply across the board. I've said a couple times, probiotics are a waste of time and money, which, again, the ones that I've seen and researched there are a couple out there that are getting closer. Remember, most probiotics don't even make it to the gut. Probiotics in yogurt, for example, like if it's pasteurized, they're dead. Okay, that's the problem with. I don't think I'd ever do dairy again, just because of, again, all the antibiotics and all the GMO foods they feed them, the corn, the soy. When's the last time you see a cow, go to a cornfield and eat the corn? Okay. Doesn't happen. It's not what they're supposed to eat. So you are not what you eat. You are what you eat eats. So that's why those things generally don't work that well. And I've never seen anybody fix their gut with yogurt yet. So we have to back it up a little bit. And again, use a little common sense. Think about it. So the most important thing for your health is your lifestyle. Okay, so there's not a pill, there's not a magic fix. It's your overall lifestyle. So it all, like sleep, stress, breathing, like all these things come into play. You can't just pop a pill. So before you even start thinking of probiotics or prebiotics or postbiotics and all of these things, you have to fix everything. You have to put everything in place. You can't, like I said, have a shitty diet and pop a couple pills and say, hey, it's not working. Of course it's not going to work. So when people talk about prebiotics now, in order for your probiotics to work, as I said yesterday, you need prebiotics, because probiotics feed on prebiotics. It's probiotic food. Everybody has probiotics in their system already. It's just bacteria. It's the good and bad bacteria in you. So, but you have to feed the good ones and kill the bad ones. I said sugar feeds the bad ones, and fiber feeds the good ones. So you not only have to have fiber, I see a lot of people too, it's like, I used to do it myself, is have, you've seen my salad. Didn't have it today, did I? I explain in a second. You need diversity. If you have, 10, 20 different strains of bacteria in your body, they all want different food. You can't just give them the same. If you eat the same thing day in, day out, you're feeding one strain or two or three strains of bacteria. The rest of them are going to die out because they got nothing to eat. So you need diversity in the type of food you eat. And I was vegan for 10 years. I don't think it was very good for me after 10 years. I told you I'm not very smart. It took me a while to figure that out. So for about 10 years, I was vegan, and then I like, you know what, this is making me miserable. I wasn't very, as happy as I usually am. Shut up, for people who know me. I just, there was something missing. And for me, I found I needed some more animal fats in my diet, for example, like DHA. It's very hard to get DHA, which is the most important fat, from a plant-based diet. I know you can get it, flax, chia, hemp, all these things, but as I said, everybody's different, and I just didn't feel like I was getting enough. And trust me, my memory was going, my sleep wasn't as good. And as soon as I added back some fish in, it all turned around, and I felt a lot better, had more energy, better sleep, and I usually feel fantastic, but I feel even better than that now. So you have to play with it a little bit. You can't, just throw your hands up in the air when it doesn't work and give up. It takes a while. As my picture, 16 years for 13 seconds. Sometimes you gotta just keep plugging away, and eventually you'll find out what works for you. But the basics are, whole foods, mostly plants, because a lot of our nutrients come from plants. There's a lot of theories out there that you don't need plants, and that, there's only one place you get fiber, and that's plants. So we can get deeper and deeper into this. There's some chemicals in the body that are made from, that the whole reason we need the fiber in the first place, the prebiotics and the probiotics. And now, we're learning about postbiotics, which is the actual place we're trying to get to. The probiotics have a huge effect on the whole body, and that's the only reason we need our gut bacteria anyway, to make postbiotics for us, so that we can actually use the stuff we're eating for fuel, for energy, for repair, for all the things that our body needs to do. So in saying that, so what do you do besides having a more diverse plant-based diet? You saw my lunch today wasn't a salad. It was risotto. I loved risotto, and I just have to thank Eva for giving me a cauliflower risotto recipe, which turned out, first time doing it, turned out amazing. Took no time at all. It's all plant-based. And somebody said, "Where's the meat?" This is better than meat. Or where's the beef, I should say. That's the same, right? Stevie, don't eat meat. Talking. So that's our next subject, meat. A lot of people are on the meat bandwagon, and you know what? If you want meat, I'm not against it. What I am against is the meat you buy in the supermarket, because here's the biggest problem. The problem is, like I said, what the beef is eating. Cows aren't supposed to eat GMO corn, GMO soy. It's not good for them, and it's not okay. That's one problem. The next problem is, again, the antibiotics that they could. We talked about this way back, like 2 weeks ago. So 80% of antibiotics are given to animals, not to humans. And again, antibiotics have their place. You should be using them. On life or death situations when people should be using antibiotics, but they're overprescribed by doctors. It's just an easy fix. It's like, you got a cold, take this. You got sniffy nose, take this. And like everybody's You got a pimple, like everybody's using these antibiotics, and you're gonna get resistant to them. And not only that, it's killing your gut. So the reason they give antibiotics to cattle is not because they're going to get sick or they're trying to get rid of bugs or diseases or anything like that. The reason they give antibiotics to cows is because it kills the bacteria in your stomach and it makes them fat. How about that? I don't know how many people know that. Maybe some of you did, but they give it to them to kill the gut bacteria to make you fat, to make them fat, so they can get more money for them. So if they're eating the antibiotics, you're eating them. So guess what it's doing to your gut? It's killing your good bacteria and making you fat. So if you're having trouble, like again, if you go on these paleo diet, like I don't care what type of diet you go on, but if you go on all these diets, and yeah, you're gonna get some results the first, couple of weeks, couple of months maybe, but eventually it's gonna backfire on you, as you know, because most people who go on diets and lose weight gain it back and gain more because of stuff like that. If your gut is not functioning properly, and we haven't even started to talk, about your immune system, what it's doing to that, because again, if your one cell thick cell layer in your gut is broken down by the antibiotics, then that's the only thing between the inside world, inside you, inside your cells, and the outside world. That's what's protecting you. And these antibiotics are causing leaky gut. Not to mention that the food they're eating, and we're going back to the GMO corns and why they're produced in the first place, because farmers make more money by making GMO. They're not getting destroyed by insects because they've been sprayed. They've been purposefully sprayed with glyphosate, which breaks down the gut lining again. So it causes leaky gut, and that's why most people 88%, are metabolically sick. All right, does that explain what you need to do? So if you're gonna eat meat, chicken, make sure it's grass-fed, grass-finished. There's a big difference, again, I think I mentioned it before, but just to reiterate, they do grass-fed beef, and then the last 2 weeks of their lives, they give them corn and soy and all that stuff to fatten them up. Okay, so it has to be grass-fed and grass-finished. Now again, it costs a little bit more, but it's your health, your choice. The other thing, again, with even oats, people think are gluten-free. They spray most crops in the States anyway, which we get a lot of our food from the States, with glyphosate, and it's to help with the drying process. It's got nothing to do with pesticides. Even if it's like organic or whatever, they spray it with glyphosate at the end to help the drying process, so they can get a bigger yield faster. So there's all these tricks the food companies and the pharmaceutical companies and the government plays on us, and we've just fallen for it. But now people are starting to catch on. They're starting to fight back, and like I said, even the smart doctors are starting to get on the bandwagon and realize that we've been duped. Alrighty, I was going to mention some more stuff, but I see by the time that one's been long in the tooth. Like I said, the gut, we can go on forever. So thanks for the question, whoever you are, and we'll have to save the rest of them for tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.